right, what is going on, everybody? We are live and ready to go. Something Geeky in Our Collection, part 2, aka episode 2. We're going to go through what we watched from our stacks, and we're going to be talking about this bad boy right here, my all-timer favorite anime film of all time. That's Ninja Scroll. I have my cohorts here in crime as always, and then we have a special guest, Spicy 4K Action, aka Reed, aka Spicoli. How you doing, my friend?
Doing great. Thanks so much for having me on. It's really a pleasure being here. It's definitely one of my favorite animated movies as well. So excited to talk about it.
Awesome. Then you have the gentleman to my right, I believe, Mr. Juggalo, aka Jeffrey's doing some awesome videos as well. Hope we lost Reed there. We'll get him back. And then
Caveman!
Yeah, and Caveman down there. And just great stuff here. Jeff, you did a great video there of Orbit. That was very, very damn impressive. That got a shitload of views, and congrats to you for doing that, my friend. How you doing? I don't know if you can hear me or not.
It sure did. I have no idea how. It had to be the right hit.
Yeah, the right hit, very good and stuff like that. And of course, my guy Caveman down there and stuff like that. He did a great video yesterday and stuff like that. Some good ideas. I definitely agree with that one there. And you've watched anything else, my friend? Because I know you're doing the Rotten soon with Gizmo. What, in a couple more weeks, right?
Yeah, so I usually wait until it gets closer before I watch the stuff so I can just retain it because I'm an old caveman.
Same thing, me too. Work and stuff like that too. So the series that was picked and stuff like that, I'm 3/4 in the way through. I'm going to talk about that awesome series though, and talk a little bit about the director of that series and saga of films that he's done and the manga that he's done as well. Let's just check the chat here, see what's going on. Mr. Wild Wrangler, thanks for joining us. Appreciate that. This person watches everything. He watches everything. I mean, he says, seen this, seen that, and stuff like that too. So great stuff. Saying hi with everybody.
What up?
Corey, what's up, my brother? Thanks for joining. One of these times we'll get you on one of these episodes here too, Corey, and stuff like that too. Kind of pick maybe a sci-fi fantasy film and stuff like that, and we'll go through it, my friend. Be awesome. Awesome to do. What's going on, Miss Jane?
Hello.
Very cool. Thanks for
Mom.
Appreciate that. Of course, Mr. Oates, we can begin.
Yep.
Begin this greatness here and all that other stuff
Hey,
too.
Holland.
Thanks for joining. Let's see here. Hey, Russell, thanks for joining us again. Thanks for
Russell.
this. Finally did his first kind of video of what he got from Second Sight. Dude, awesome stuff. So
That came in pretty quick. I thought I saw him hitting you up in a chat, and then like 3 days later, he's got it. So
yeah, he got it. Yeah, because I said pretty quickly since it just came out and stuff like that.
He knows people.
Yeah.
Yes, he does. Yeah, thank you, Wild Wrangler. Yeah, for my Slasher Saturday, I did The Town That Dreaded Sundown, the original one from '77, I think. It's almost like a TV film. I like it a lot, based off a true story. Hey, what's going on there? Thanks,
Rich.
Fan Rich, for showing up. He was on Instagram Live a little bit this morning or earlier today, and it was very cool. Hey, man, I'm hearing the chat. Got what people say, thoughts and friends and family. Yeah, just a quick shout out. Huck's brother passed away recently. Just rest in peace to him, and hope Huck's doing good and all that stuff too. Just get your stuff done, my brother, and stuff like that too. And God bless you. God bless your family, my friend. And yeah, we do these streams for you and everybody else, man. I love this stuff. So great stuff. So
Yeah, he was his brother was a big motorcycle aficionado, which, Reed, I know you have an appreciation for.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Everybody, by the way, just subbed to your channel and saw Iron Claw. I still need to check that out. I'm a huge old school wrestling fan, so I need to check that out. I've heard that thing has that film has most of it's true, other parts are not, but I get why they didn't put that in the film. I get that. It's literally a horror film, that family that it went through and stuff like that. So
Anthony should just hit 1,000 subscribers, I believe.
very cool.
And
Oh, nice. Congrats.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and he does a bunch of birthday shout outs to people and stuff like that. He seems like a pretty nice, genuine kind of dude.
Awesome.
Very cool. Yeah, I need to check that one out. I've seen his channel like through the YouTubes and stuff like that. Checking out that channel. All right, so before we just go through everybody, one more shout out here. What's up, Mr. Burrows? Thanks for
Darren.
Helping in. Say hi there, Darren. I appreciate that. So what we're going to be discussing today, before I get to our stacks, is this awesome film right here, Ninja Scroll. And I have the page up here on IMDb, so I'm going to get to that real quick here and set this up. But before that, so the director of this has done some great films. Ninja Scroll is done by Studio Madhouse. You'll know Studio Madhouse when you see it. So this is the creme de la creme of hardcore violent anime, as I call it. You can't make it like you can. I don't think nowadays the industry has the balls to do it. That's just my personal opinion. So you have stuff like this. The same director has done other stuff like this because he knows the author quite well who did the books that these films are based off of. So this was his first, Wicked City, which is isn't his best, but it's still Wild Wrangler in the chat knows what I'm talking about when he mentions the Spider Lady. Yes, this is in here too. It's the same style as Ninja Scroll a bit. So you get sex, you get violence, you get these demonic creatures and stuff like that. This is the better one, which is almost set in the same universe, Demon City Shinjuku. I'd highly recommend this to anybody. Watch the original Japanese subtitled version. This version right here, Blu-ray, comes with the English dub that US Manga Corps released, which I have the DVD version of that, where the English dude that's doing that is so bad that it's almost iconically cult-like because he cusses, he says all this stuff. That's not that they don't originally say in the film. That's Demon City. And then I've seen 2 episodes of this OAV series. So this is Cyber City Odio 808. Nice. Same thing, Madhouse Studios, same director. So, yeah, all great films by him. Also, Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust is another one that he did. There is a film on, yes, he is mentioned in that. Yeah, absolutely. I have the DVD of that.
He did Program. There's a couple different ones in here, but yeah, I watched that. That's pretty cool.
Did Program. And
yeah, I was going to ask you to watch that, Reed, because we were talking about that one day.
He also did a film. It's only available on DVD. Highlander, The Quest for Vengeance. It's called something else, but yeah, that's Studio Madhouse, and I have that DVD, and it has an interview with that director. So what I'm going to do here.
Yeah, I got it as Highlander, The Search for Vengeance. It's
that's what it is. Yeah. I recognize the voice of the villain in there as the voice of Trevor Goodchild. So I do like it. It's a sword and sorcery fantasy anime and stuff like that too, but in that style of Mr. Kawajiri's style. So it's pretty good.
Yeah, he's in his 70s now. He's still alive and kicking. So
yeah, he's still around. So yeah. So here we go. Ninja Scroll came out in 1993. I'm dating myself because I thought it came out in 91. So yeah, I'm older than I thought I was. I originally saw clips on this in Liquid Television. So we'll check this guy out real quick here. But it's this originally came out from Manga Entertainment. Now Manga Entertainment still exists. They exist in the UK and they release anime through the UK now. They used to be a US company. And they originally released this through here. I remember originally saw, like I say, clips on this on Liquid Television. You know, the scene in the bath, all these other scenes and stuff like that too. And I love Liquid Television. That also introduced us to a series called Eon Flux. So, director by, I'll just say his last name, Kawajiri-san. Great director. He's an all-time director. Graduated from Yokohama High School in 1968. After years of working as an animator at Mushi Production Animation, the company went bankrupt in 1972. And he joined Madhouse Studios. There it is. The number one anime studio still, in my opinion. Studio Trigger's up there. Gainax is up there. In the 70s, he was promoted animation director and finally debuted as a film director in 1984's Century Lensman. Okay, I actually had this on tape. New Century Lensman. I did not know that. Jointly with the more experienced, Kawajiro also did character designs. Yeah, because mostly all those designs that you see are him in the anime films that he's directed. That's his character design work. So very cool. Very cool stuff. So it's an awesome film. We'll just go down the panel.
I really enjoy the art style that's in this, and it really kind of, I think that's where Afro Samurai, if you guys have seen any of that, that kind of stole this art style, I believe.
It did,
which is great in my opinion.
And that is from Studio Madhouse as well. That's what I liked about it. It is from Studio Madhouse because I do recognize the character designs, and like I said, it was just done very, very, very well.
Afro Samurai was 2000s, right? Or was that late 90s?
It was 2000s. It's shown on Spike TV.
It was early enough. I believe it was early enough to where Sam Jackson did the voice, right?
Yes, he did. Yeah, he did. And here's the original VHS that I did have. I had this one. God, a lot of stuff I wish I still had, but this is what the VHS looked like. And there's a US Manga Core right there. Manga Entertainment.
That's awesome.
You can look that up on YouTube. Manga's introductionary trailer. KMFDM's Ultra is playing in the background. I highly suggest that anybody to watch that. There's the DVD that it's not that one, but I remember when they first released that on there. Just the tip
there it is.
And here it is. Yes, the 10th anniversary. I have this version right here. Great, like I said, iconic stuff. Just different releases through different countries. Just very cool. Yeah, that was this is the one I have. Yeah, looks just like that one. That's basically the poster where it doesn't show everything because you see Tasai and of course Gemma, and we're going to discuss that in a second. There you go. That's the kind of better one. But Gemma, the main villain in this, is towards the middle on top of here. So, but Reed, just go ahead and tell us your thoughts on this film.
Yeah. So I first saw this right out of high school. I never really watched any anime.
Me too.
Yeah. So I moved to Colorado kind of straight out of high school and had some roommates, and they kind of turned me on to this. I had no idea what I was getting into, but I had a blast with it. I saw the English dub version first, which I think we all highly recommend over the original, but both are really good.
Yes.
It's brutal. It's violent. It's funny. I mean, it's got sex and nudity. It's kind of got everything in it.
It does.
And you have this whole ninja team that's all kind of supernatural, and they all have their own powers. But the main protagonist, Jubei, is just like your normal kind of samurai guy who doesn't have any real special powers, but is just a badass of himself. And it's just kind of funny at the same time. It's very low key and just normal. So I think that's what turns on a lot of people to this story.
I really like the humor of the old guy.
Oh yeah, the guy that was helping him out.
Yeah.
Yeah, the old government spy that kind of blackmails Jubei is funny in himself, but he's also kind of ruthless too.
Oh, extremely. That's what I always liked about it. Just with each character, even the villains has their own unique ability. You know, we've shown some of them, but it's like each one is kind of different. And that's what I like about it. The swordplay is great. The swordplay is on par with any live action swordplay I've ever seen. So it's really good.
I mean, just in the first 5 minutes, there's just like so much swordplay and so much to be able to grab you just from that opening scene on the bridge.
Yeah, right.
There's all there's the quippy humor, like everything is all right there in that first scene. Everything you can expect to see for the next hour and a half.
Yep.
And I like it because it keeps the pacing going really well.
Yeah, it really doesn't have any kind of slow parts. It just kind of goes, and it's just kind of from one action scene to another. Yes, there's some talking in there, but usually it's pretty funny back and forth, and then it's kind of like right on to the next scene. It's definitely
like
not
if my jaw wasn't dropped, I was laughing.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, it's just like a masterpiece. I call it beautiful violence.
What is really good about this, I also believe, is that there's a lot of like for me for anime, a lot of the um, uh, names escape me right now, but uh, the fantasy is not is not so is not so over the top like in
Oh
some
no,
of the
those
other.
snakes though. Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know. Yeah.
And you thought they were all gone and
but
won't come up out of it? That was a nice scene.
Right.
and when she
Oh,
Now you're
molted,
poisoned.
Yeah, she molted like a thing. Yeah, like I said, it's just like he just goes down. It's just that scene. He just goes down to kind of help her.
it's the right. I really feel like it's the right amount of the fantasy and realism,
Yes.
because I think that what gets me lost a lot is when the fantasy goes way uh, in left field and supernatural. I mean, yeah, they have magical powers and stuff, but it's a common thing that you just need to forgive one lie in a film. You need to be able to accept, one thing. And when films go, they scatter and they get to where you got to forgive too many things,
Right.
where you got to follow too many threads and nuggets to be able to feel connected to what's going on is where a lot of films lose me in
Exactly.
the anime genre.
It's very good. Like I said, I forgot. Like I say, yeah, with this guy, he just has like the bees and stuff like that. And this scene right here gets him in
So
the water.
that's another reason why I think a lot of people really get attached to the main character here is because he's so witty and kind of uses all of the eight devils' own strengths against them, like that
Yeah, he
blind
gets
guy in the
lucky.
water.
With the
Yeah,
blind dude, he gets really lucky.
yeah. There's a lot of luck
I mean,
too, but
his first line in the movie had me rolling. He's like, "Oh, if your hands are empty, will you hold my rice ball?" Like,
yeah, yeah.
he just starts off quippy, and he's just popping with those quippy liners the
Hey,
whole
I didn't
time.
know it was in this film.
What's that?
The last picture was of a caveman.
Oh, this guy.
This,
You look better looking than he does, definitely.
it's
You
always
have her.
crazy. I always
Like each
forget
one
that
has
too.
each one has their skill. Like this chick up here, she basically has the skill of gunpowder.
Yeah.
Yeah. She has a sadistic way of taking care of the stuff. This is probably the most honorable. This is the blind one. He's the most honorable out of them all. I mean,
Yeah.
to tell you the truth.
Well, yeah, he saves
Yeah.
Jubei and Kagero from the cliff just so he can fight him.
Just
Like,
so they could fight him. I ain't gonna spoil this if any of you all have not seen it yet, but like I said, it's so worth it. Just between the relationship between Jubei and Kagero in general is really good. You
Yeah.
know, just like this, it's like,
This-
are you gonna hoist up now or something like that? Are you gonna let go, please?
Yeah, he's like, yeah, you gonna hold on to me all day?
Yeah. I mean, just for the fact when he kneels down, to suck the poison out and stuff like that, and she just knees him right in the
Yeah.
just right in the. I'm like, damn, son. It's like, yeah, that's right. Yeah, just the scene here, like you say, they just go through it all in the bamboo forest type of a stuff.
Oh
Like
yeah,
I say,
that scene in the woods, like right near the beginning. There was what was that, like 30 soldiers or something fell?
Yeah, right. Because he has Tasai has that boomerang double flipping. It's like a lance and just goes like that, and just takes out.
It was just showing you like how like crazy the first demon was he was gonna go up against, and then you find out,
Tasai's
that's just the
Tasai's
first one.
Tasai was great. I mean, it's just.
I kind of wish he was in the movie longer because I loved his character so much. He's so ruthless. But
You have this guy here too who works in the shadow. He's really good.
Yep.
He has that chain scythe type of a weapon. It's nasty, and that's how he works through shadows. Like there's a shadow like in the corner. There's a sweet scene where Jubei's trying to find him. That's really good. And just doing all this stuff.
Yeah.
It's multiple stuff. Yeah, but this dude right here, I forget the old man's name, but he's hilarious. He is quite funny.
Yeah, he's always bug-eyed.
Always bug-eyed. Yeah, Kawajiri likes using characters like this. He has one in Wicked City, which is even worse than this dude with his personality. My God. And then in Demon Station Shinjuku is a little bit better. But
in one of the movies that we're going to discuss later on, I think it was in I Recognized Her in Spirited Away, and it's like you see a lot of I guess it's the same character art or whatever that they propagate.
Yeah, this dude, he electrocutes people. He's the
right-hand man of Gemma.
He is. He's a, was it heterosexual? I guess you can call him.
He's in love with Gemma.
I like it when Gemma's running and he basically says, "Leave it alone, Gemma." Yep. He's like, "I'll kill him." He's like, "Leave it alone, Gemma." He has the flower, and all this other shit too.
But he's got like electricity, and he always is using that super long wire that seems to go for miles. He can kill people with it. He can talk over it. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, just really when he decides to go hardcore Rambo and like all those flipping ninjas, like to say the scene where it's a typical ninja scene where they're hopping roofs. It's so damn good. Mm-hmm. It's so good. Yeah.
Dude, when I was watching this again, I was thinking to myself, man, if they like, this could be a badass live action film, but I don't think anyone would do it right. Like do it justice, I guess. But it would be cool to try, I guess.
There's the main kind of villain in this.
They would have to have like a Keanu Reeves type character play the main.
Someone more muscular.
Yeah,
kind of true. And this takes place.
And they would need whoever did the blood effects for Kill Bill.
There you go.
Because everybody that was slicing it was just spraying.
Yeah, that's true. That's why I call it kind of beautiful violence, because you can only do this in Japanese animation, in my opinion. It's close into a series I would like for us to talk about called Castlevania. That's on Netflix. It reminds me a lot of stuff like this. It's really visceral in that aspect. And this takes place during the time of the Tokugawa government, because the name Toyotomi is mentioned. Mm-hmm. And Toyotomi was the one who went against Tokugawa. Tokugawa won the war, basically. So this is kind of post-Tokugawa government. There's some conspiracy stuff going on in this film, which I like a lot.
Absolutely. And actually, that old guy, Dakuon, he is a Tokugawa spy. Yeah,
Tokugawa spy. Gemma, this sadistic motherfucker right here. He basically, there's Jubei thought he killed him. You see the scar on his neck, and I showed a still of this earlier. Well, yeah, he's not dead. He basically, was it the Devils of Kamon? Basically, he has the ultimate skill. He has the gift of immortality. I mean, and even worse than that,
he learned the craft of.
Off and he was able to, I guess, just stick it back on. I mean,
right, the hand. He's like.
Yeah, because like learned, regeneration or something like that.
Yeah, regeneration. Like I said, you chop his head off, it comes back on, which he does. Like I say, this is part of the one of the best anime fight scenes I've ever seen. I don't think nothing comes close to this. I mean, Jubei gets the living piss beat out of him. I mean, it's like really bad. I mean, yeah, it's just like.
Well, when he that's where he cut his arm off. But when he beats the big guy's face into a pulp, and
with his head,
his head,
you see it all crushed, but then it all comes back.
Yeah, just because he breaks his arm. He takes the sword and he breaks his arm, so he doesn't have a choice. Like I said, just great. I mean, Gemma, burning your golden hell.
All that gold that gets lost, though.
There's there's that iconic line
sad.
which he says in English where he goes, "You must be here to avenge the ninja girl Kageto. She's nothing compared to what I'm going to lose on this ship." I'm like, damn. It's like there's no, there's no bones about it. That's from the series. There is a Ninja Scroll series out there. There was talk of a sequel to this film. It just never happened. But yeah, it's a great series overall. Of course, that's Ninja Scroll, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great film. I love it a lot.
You want to go ahead and talk about the next one, which will be Spicy City?
Yeah. So Caveman had a good idea. I've seen the first episode, most of it. It was released through HBO, so I recognize the animation back in '97 called Spicy City. It's for adults. The beginning of that is quite interesting.
Very heavy metal. It's very heavy metal.
Yeah, very heavy metal-esque.
Is there anything on IMDb that we can show?
Yeah, let me find out here real quick. Can share the screen again.
But it's free for everybody to watch.
I mean, Ninja Scroll is pretty adult too.
Yeah,
you find that out about 5 minutes
more
into that one.
yeah.
Yeah, you find out real quick.
It's but I like the way basically the woman that introduces the universe and stuff like that kind of says it right, where it's like everything's being ruled by machines, and it's like she basically says it's like men became lazy, and
Well, there's only 6 episodes.
Yeah,
they're anthological, so nothing is connected to one another.
Yeah,
they're all standalone, but it kind of reminds me of like the Animatrix or whatever. That each one is,
but it definitely has that heavy metal theme to it.
Yes,
for what it is. But she, it's different stories. It's like an anthology type of a thing, like in this almost cyberpunkish type of universe. But it's
when did this come out? This looks older.
It's
97.
Okay.
When was it?
97.
97. Yeah. It feels 80. I mean, it feels like the same timeline as the original Heavy Metal.
Charlie Adler.
Was it like on Showtime?
I recognize
it was on HBO. It was HBO original.
Like to Spawn.
HBO?
You've all seen Spawn. It's kind of in that same vein of the Spawn animated series HBO did. Yeah, that's right. So
okay.
So it's really good. Of course, more like this. Fritz the Cat I've not seen just yet, but Elizabeth Daily. So you have kind of like the heavy hitters back in the day, just doing this. So it's a series that I like for what I've watched of it and stuff like that too. And like I say, a lot of this stuff, Caveman is right. I'm not going to call him a streaming Nazi or anything like that. He just has suggestions that if you want to test it out, because that's what streaming services are for, in my opinion. It's renting something out. If you like it, buy it. That's how I've
Some of
always
this stuff
seen it.
is so expensive. You should test run it before you buy it.
Exactly. I mean, there is one. I no longer have Netflix. It's an anime film called Monster. It's based off the manga of the same name. I forget the author's name of that too. It's like almost like a cat and mouse game with this doctor. He's trying to track down basically the serial killer. It's a classic manga. I suggest everyone check that one out if you're still able to get it. Read the manga first. It's really good story. I highly recommend it. All right, so I'm gonna check out chat here.
Did you ever watch One Piece, Chris?
I can't do it. Sorry,
No.
Sorry there, Reed. It's a lot of new stuff, new shonens. I won't watch. How's it going, Cal? Thanks for saying hi.
I just saw that Netflix did like a live action version of it not too long ago, and I know some people really loved it. I was just curious if that was even
It's
checking out.
the longest running anime series like ever. I think it just broke tons of
That's the
records.
new name. Hey, Anthony.
Nice.
I've always liked anime villains more. Me too, because they're they're the original. To me, they're the original conflicted villain. They are. There's always a purpose to why they're doing what they're doing.
Mhm.
Like a lot of the, and I understand it because it's adult kind of animation, but even anime for young teenagers back in the day. I mean, those villains were pretty sadistic, but they had a reason for doing that. Horror Cat Dad, thanks for coming in saying hi.
Yeah,
The man has his cat up there on his shoulder for him. Gan's anime series is awesome. I've heard of that one. There's I went kind of apeshit with just wish list items on Amazon. There's a few. He's talking about Gans. Thank you. I appreciate that, my friend. And did Ralph Bakashi do Spicy City? Yeah. When I linked the IMDb there, it looked like he showed up there. So. Hey, Dirk. Hey, thanks for stopping by, saying hi. Just talking geeky, nerdy shit here. Japanese animation. You may not be into it, my friend. But we're talking about one that I think is meant for everybody except for children. And if you get easily offended, I would not suggest watching this. You don't want your mom taking you down to the couch and saying, this is offensive. And it's like, and you can see why she's saying that.
Or maybe
so
you
that's
do.
all I'm going to say about that.
Maybe you do.
So, then, you have some time here, of course. So that went by pretty quickly. So, what's your kind of ranking on Ninja Scroll? We'll start with you there, Jeff. What would you give it on a scale of 1 to 10?
I mean, it was the first time watch for me. And I watched it in subtitled. I'd like to watch it in dub, but even watching it, I'm sure I missed a few things. But first watch, I'm going to say I'd give it a 4 out of 5.
Very cool. Yeah, that'd be me too. I'm going by Letterboxd. Yeah.
Or 8 out of 10.
Yeah. What about you, Reed? What would you give this awesome piece?
If we're doing it out of 10, out of all the animes I've seen, I mean, it's a 9.5 out of 10. It's a masterpiece in my opinion. But I haven't seen too many. But for me, it's at the top of the mountain.
That's what kind of matters. What about you there, Mr. Caveman? What do you think about this?
Yeah, I got to go with a 9. The only thing I can think of that even comes close to this is Akira.
Yeah. These are Godfather's heavy hitters.
Ghost in the Shell to me is one of those that is you have to forgive too much to get involved in the story. So that one's a little harder for me to grasp onto. I mean, I enjoy the art and stuff, but just the story is just a little harder to grasp.
Right, to grasp and stuff like that. For me, like Reed said, I'll give it 4.5 out of 5 on if I'm going by Letterboxd scores. Yeah, 9.5 out of 10. I go with what Brad says. No film is perfect. You're right, no film is perfect. But if it is, that's why it's my number 1. Definitely agree. We need a 4K. I would be interested in what this would look like in a 4K transfer. That's all I'm going to say. Now, Ghost in the Shell looks okay in a 4K transfer, but it doesn't look the best.
Be able to buy it.
Yeah,
I'm with him. Like, even if we don't get a 4K, just reprint the Blu-ray so it's under $50.
Yeah, exactly.
Please.
Yes, I'm a huge fan of Vampire Hunter D. I have the Blu-ray steelbook of the original one. I just have the DVD special edition of Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust. That's done by the same director as Ninja Scroll. That's done by Studio Madhouse. But yeah, the OG Vampire Hunter D is great. It's just really good. And of course, what about the Max? I remember the Max. Yeah, that's when MTV was cool and they showed that stuff. Yeah, I remember the Max. I had that on tape. The Max, Eon Flux. There's another one Peter Chung did. We'll have to do that series too in the near future. Also called, it was called, over here it's called Reign the Conqueror. In Japan, it was called Alexander, aka Alexander the Great. So that was Peter Chung's take on Alexander the Great, Aristotle, all this great stuff. So it's really cool.
Sounds awesome.
The Shining is perfect. Yeah. Of course it is. I'm easily offended by the easily offended.
I
Yes,
like that.
absolutely. It's subjective, ladies and gentlemen. Anthony,
Mhm.
my horror brother, up
What's
for
up, man?
horror
Hey,
YouTuber
Anthony.
of the month,
Yeah.
man.
Yes.
He got some good competition there. My boy Hangman, aka Captain Horror's up there. Yeah,
Go
there's
vote
some
for
great.
Anthony.
Yeah, so it's really cool. So now we'll just
Why don't we talk about while we still have Reed with us for a few more minutes? Why don't we
Yeah.
go ahead and talk about Spirited Away?
sure,
If you want to.
yeah.
'Cause
We'll talk about that. That's one of my. So I'll just go ahead and start that in my stack of what I watched. So
Yeah.
Spirited Away, directed by Hayao Miyazaki. It's yeah, for what it is, it's a great film. First off, I'll give this 4 out of 5 on Letterboxd. So it's a good, that's 9 out of 10. Yeah, it's Miyazaki. It's not my favorite from him, but yeah, very good. So basically, this young girl and her parents are moving, and like say this is done in early 2000s, right? So they say, okay, here it is and stuff like that. They follow this path, and it's to like this shrine, right, caveman? It's like a shrine type tunnel.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to go in. She seems to be the sensible one between the two. She's worried about everything. And they go, oh, come on, let's just go through here. They go through there, and it's an old theme park. And the dad happens to mention, these were big in the 90s and stuff like that. And then this is Japan. Japan has had like a dozen, the yen goes up and down, up and down, up and down. It's crazy. And they say, yeah, it just didn't work anymore. So it's all closed down. They go into this food court type of a place, and there happens to be food there, and they start eating it like they're animals, which we're going to get to in a second. And that's where it gets pretty cool and kind of trippy here. The animation's done really good here. Basically, she lets them just eat, just do their thing. She happens to go on this bridge, and she sees something that looks like a train that goes underneath the bridge. And then this dude shows up and basically, night starts to fall. And he says, you better get out of here before it becomes nightfall. And sure enough, goes back to the parents. Parents aren't parents anymore. They're literally like 2 huge pigs. And eating like them. And that's kind of where it goes from there. It's almost like, it's like the underworld, you can say, where spirits kind of pass through and stuff like that. That's what it kind of reminds me of. I love the atmosphere. She ends up having to rescue her parents. She has to end up basically working for this. She's kind of like a witch, and just doing all this stuff for him. And then, the story goes on from there. I like it a lot. Like I said, so this gets 9 out of 10 for me. 4 out of 5 on Letterboxd. But yeah, that's Spirited Away. I highly recommend any Miyazaki film. But yeah, so I'm glad y'all picked this one for me to watch. Yeah, it's fair. I've heard nothing but great things about this. There's another one too, because I don't have all of his films and stuff like that. But yeah, it's Spirited Away. So yeah, great film.
So to contrast that, Reed, why don't you give your thoughts on it? Because you just watched it too.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it was a good story. I thought it went on a little too long. I thought the animation was really, really good. I mean, especially after watching Ninja Scroll going to this is so much more colorful and a lot of different characters going on there. But I don't know. I didn't care for it like as much as Chris did. I gave it like a 2.5, 3 out of 5 on Letterboxd. I enjoyed it for what it was. I made it through it, but I don't think it'd be one that I'm like high on rewatching again.
Just because the animation alone kind of got higher up there.
I think what, like when I rewatched it, it was like it didn't hold up the same for me, but it was just the fantasticalness of it.
I mean, I'd say the first half I was very intrigued and like trying to figure out what was going on, and then kind of the second half it was just kind of dragging. I'm like, all right, I get it, like where she's at and like what she's trying to do, but it just kind of seemed like it dragged a little. And then the girl herself, like whenever she's yelling, I don't know, it was just super annoying to me. It was just like, shut up. But
it was,
the old guy that works in the boiler room that has all the arms, like that guy was cool.
Yeah.
I like him.
Yeah.
And then There's a couple other characters I like, but I don't know. All in all, it was fine. It's just not some. It's not my cup of tea. Like I told you, caveman.
Right.
It's
So,
a
there is
fantasy kind of
this lady
story,
right
and
here.
it seems kind of
She has
more.
a-
It's
what
it's
is it, a
very-
child?
That's
It's
the
not. It's not
that lady-
adult oriented. It's more kidsy. That's what I would call it.
Yeah,
It's
Chris,
like a
Ghibli,
can you
kid's
yeah.
throw that lady big again? Because that lady is the one I was talking about. She appears in so many of these films.
She
The-
does. You're
The
right.
old lady with the big old hair stuff.
Oh, like the boss
I-
lady. Yeah.
Little spoiler: she has a sister, and she
Twin
has a
sister.
child. She has a child, that big baby, that big baby. It's like, to your point, that was kind of funny with the child.
Yeah.
Like you said, you have there is a lot of stuff going on in this film. Same thing
A
too
lot.
with this guy right here.
Yeah,
That was kind of cool with his scenes and stuff like that. It is true. It dragged a little bit, but all in all, it's Studio Ghibli and stuff like that. I know the latest one he released. What's it called? The Boy in the Harem. I've heard it's quite good, but it may be that same type of a film. But I'll be sure to check it out.
Well, it won Best Animated Film, so I'm really excited to see that one. For
Oh,
Golden
it did.
Globe.
Oh, for what,
That-
Emmys or whatever? Yeah,
For
So-
Golden Globes. Yeah.
that was the first Studio Ghibli movie that I've seen. So are all of them kids kind of friendly, or are they all over the board? Because I'm
They're all over the board.
okay.
Yeah.
The one I'm going to talk about next is
Okay, because I have the same
is
question
childhood.
about my first Studio Ghibli as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like I said, my other one that I'll do that I was part of the watching my stack is like I call that an equivalent to childhood trauma type of animation. And like I say, we'll kind of get to that one. But
Yeah, there's one that I reviewed for Something Rotten. I mean, I don't know, Chris, if you remember the name of it because it's escaping me at the moment, but
Misaka?
it was the one where she was deaf.
Oh, a silent voice.
Silent voice.
Yeah, silent voice. That's a deep film.
Huh?
That's a deep film.
Yeah. That is not for kids.
No.
It's but it had no reason being as good as it was.
Yeah.
It was a kind of I mean, it affected me emotionally because I was kind of a picked on kid when I was a kid, and kids never
So was I on and off.
have the turnabout where they apologize,
Right.
which was a nice thing that they did in the movie, but it's just not realistic.
Right.
Chris, did
but
you
anyways.
watch the English dub version, or was it the Japanese for
No, the
Spirit?
English dub one. No,
Yeah.
They have good English voices. It's a good cast. Usually they get actors, actresses over here
Yeah.
to kind of do it and stuff like that. Well, Miyazaki's God. He's a godfather of anime in general anyway. My goodness, for what I've seen, what Caveman has seen.
What I'm going to talk about has Patrick Stewart as one of the voices.
Right.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, very cool.
So,
That's cool. Love
Yeah.
Patrick Stewart.
Yeah, it's like kind of cool stuff. Right there, Jeff. Show us one of the films that we picked for you to watch.
So this
I
was
guess
actually my
Prometheus.
least favorite, and it was Tales of
Oh.
Earthsea,
Okay.
and I still liked it, but it was my first Studio Ghibli, so I wasn't sure, and I wasn't sure what I was getting into. I liked the second half better than the first half. It was a really slow get in, and something that really caught me off guard was you start the movie and the characters all act like they already know each other.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So a little piece of advice that I would give someone is to know before going into it that it's kind of in the middle of a manga series where the movie starts. And I wasn't expecting
I didn't know
something like that.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's actually like the third book. It's actually like the third book of a manga series. So like the characters already seem to have all these established relationships, and I noticed that, and it kind of like, so it took me the first half of the movie to kind of understand what was going on, and then by the time it started going on and I started getting into it, that's what was exciting about it. But it was a really slow burn for the first 35 minutes of it. What was interesting was the fact that Disney put their tag on there and it's a PG-13.
Woo!
Yeah.
And I'm really still not sure why it's PG-13, and I'm really still not sure why it's PG-13.
And
Maybe
you can't
just
watch it on
animated
Disney,
violence.
especially on Max. You can
It
watch
is on Max. Isn't that trippy? Yeah.
But it must have been like the anime violence. I will say that I enjoyed Ninja Scroll a little better. But I would say I'd give it probably like 2.5 out of 5, a 5 out of 10, something like that.
Okay.
I'd have to go and watch it again. I really liked the voice acting in it. What I didn't like about mine per se, and I think this was the original cover art, is if you've seen the movie, I don't like the cover art for a particular reason. It kind of spoils something in the movie. I
Yeah.
don't like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. I get it. Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's like
So,
pretty good. Yeah, very good there, Jeff. Awesome.
I didn't pick
but
up
I
on
did
that.
enjoy it, and I'll
didn't-
check it out again. But as high as everybody puts Studio Ghibli movies, I'm kind of hoping they just kind of go up from there.
Right, exactly.
And
Yeah,
from
no.
what
Well,
I understand, a lot of people
you
kind
are
of
going to get
put this one near the bottom.
you are
So
going to get hit and miss movies, unfortunately. But I think like with Spirit Away got like a lot of acclaim. Princess Mononoke gets a lot of acclaim.
Yeah, I was released through Miramax. I got huge reviews from them.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I watched The Cat Returns. Cat Returns was very enjoyable. It had an all-star cast too. It even had the guy who played it originally. I can't think of his name.
Tim Curry.
Curry, yeah, is one of the voices. So it just depends on what. I think that they Disney went all in and bought all like Studio Ghibli to be able to like get all them under their umbrella and kind of gain some of the notoriety that they needed in that market or that genre.
but I mean,
Because,
they don't have a partnership or anything anymore, do they?
No, they do not. No, this
No,
is G Kids. This is through Shout Factory.
yeah, but I mean, they had all these.
Yeah.
Right. Now, a lot of Studio Ghibli's are on Max, right? Like they have a whole section.
Yes,
don't
they do. They have a bunch load there. Yeah. So they
Like you can watch Spirit Away on Max right now too.
Yeah, very good. All right, there, Guy. Go ahead. What did you pick to
off my
watch?
camera.
Now you're all good.
But I got a friend here, in case you guys haven't noticed.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
There it is.
This is one that I enjoy, but I think I enjoyed like Castle in the Sky a lot better.
Awesome.
So, but it's Spirit of the Wind. It's basically it's about, you hear this in another film I want to talk about, but it's kind of like an environmental thing.
Yeah.
There's forests that are being overtaken by insects and stuff, and it's because they're producing this cloud of poison that humans can't breathe, and so her tribe or whatever lives near the sea, so they have like the wind that pushes back on the forest gases and keeps it from coming in and taking over. But there are other tribes around the world, and there are people that are not, very politically, for life and for people. They're for ruling and stuff, and they find an ancient warrior that they want to try to resurrect to use as like a killing machine. Think of like the day that the Earth stood still, that type of deal. But they have to get the creature and bury its fossils and allow it time to regenerate, and that kind of goes in the whole story of the two. But you have like this society is very much about life, and she has her father has been, his bones and stuff are brittle from like farming and stuff, and lived a hard life, and he's basically on his deathbed. But she has an innate ability to be able to communicate with creatures, and so there are these like worm type creatures that are provoked by an evil faction of humans that capture one of their young and basically carry in a blimp, with stakes in it, dripping blood over the thing to try to
Draw it out. Yeah.
drive the hordes of the creatures.
It's kind of like Dune a little bit, the way the
Yeah.
setting is. That's what I like about it.
But she finds finds a place that's deep in her castle that is kind of like below the surface level, and she finds that she's able to grow the plants and stuff that are in the forest, but they don't have the poisonous gases, because she finds this soil or whatever it is that is there that is kind of like been rejuvenated over 1,000 years or whatever. And then they find out that the poisonous forests are actually upheld by roots, that there's like a world beneath the world that is like being replenished and is able to come back to life. So it's kind of like what we're kind of going through in our society of we're killing off all the rainforests and everything, and this is kind of like a story where they sorry
Help for the wall.
sorry, I love the cat.
Just in the wrong spot. It's fine.
You saw me give him love. You saw me.
Right. No, he's all good. I know. You're
Hurts on my shoulder. I met a surfing Nazi, and I met a cat Nazi.
That's right.
Is that the film that has Patrick Stewart's voice in it?
Yes.
Yeah, it is. I have the DVD version of that. Yeah, I love that film a lot.
And Shia LaBeouf too.
It's got a whole slew.
Not in that one.
Can't,
that was done early. That was like one of the first they released, I think. It's like 89, isn't it?
Or you can pull it up on IMDb, Chris. That might be a good idea for all these, because you kind of see the art playing in the background. But
right.
It's from 84, huh?
Yeah, 84 originally it came from.
Okay, so yeah, he's not going to be in.
But you got to go to the end of the cast list to get to the American actors. But it's got Mark Hamill as a voice.
Nice.
He did a lot.
Edward. Can't pronounce his last name. He was in Stand and Deliver. A very young Shia LaBeouf.
James Olmos is in it as well.
Yeah, a very young Shia LaBeouf is in it.
Yeah, there you go. So you're right.
Oh, he is in it.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
I didn't even think he was alive.
Well, he was
a young.
He's still alive,
one of the kids in it.
He's very young.
Yeah.
Uma Thurman.
Alison Lohan Loman, not the mom. No, excuse
Yeah.
me, wrong one. Chris Sarandon is in this one too. He's done a heck load of stuff. Tony J, Jodie Benson, of course. She's done a lot of voice talents for a lot of people. Like I say, all-star kind of cast here. So yeah, it's a good. It's a
Yeah, if you go back to the main page, maybe we can see some of the art play in the background.
But like I said,
I mean,
it's a great kind of film for what it is. Yeah, see Walt Disney films. It's like the same type of a thing that I have.
Wow.
Here you go. The animation is gorgeous. There's a channel I follow called Retro Crush, and they talk to the producer of some of the films that he did with the Miyazaki and stuff like that. It's very interesting. Or they talk to him with, they talk to Miyazaki, and then the producer that he had is kind of like a love-hate relationship between the two. It's pretty funny. But when you look at this stuff, this is great. Like say, Cell, straight from the Cell animation, not digital, nothing digital about this stuff. That's probably why I love it so much. Yeah, these guys right here. That's why it reminds me of Dune, because you have these suckers.
They call them ohms or whatever, and
yeah,
those little shells. The people actually get like fossilized versions of them, and that thing that it was like a thing that she blew off of a thing.
Yeah.
What was that on her shoulder? It looked like a gremlin.
That's almost like a mascot for Studio Ghibli
or whatever.
Yeah,
like a little.
It's almost like a mascot.
That was the first sign where she could. That was the first hint that you got that she could communicate with animals.
Right.
And that is a very key thing because she's
that's
like
a baby right there. That's just like a little itty bitty one. So that's a little
baby that she rescues, but she's able to communicate with the animals. Mm-hmm. That last scene was underneath the that one is underneath the castle where she is kind of like made her own like little planetarium or whatever, where she's able to grow the plants that are in the forest, but these don't have the poisonous gases.
Oh, right.
Because down there she's able to use the purified soil.
Yeah, all in all, it's a great film in my opinion. But yeah, well, what'd you give it, Guy?
I'll give it a 3.5 or a 4 out of 5, and a 7 or 8 out of 10.
Very cool. Yeah, no, I like it a lot too. I haven't seen it in years, so I was glad I was able, when you showed that, I'm like, oh yes, I want you to see that. Yeah. It's an all-timer. That's, like I said, it's old school animation, which I think is better. A lot of digital anime that I watch. Some is good, other ones not so much. You can kind of tell the difference there. So, but yeah,
and for everybody in the chat and everywhere else, and you guys here are just now being exposed to Studio Ghibli. That's where a lot of the love for me comes from, is the art and the animation style from Studio Ghibli. Because
I appreciate the art. I like all hands on.
Because a lot of these films are old and they've been reintroduced to us because of the partnership with Disney and stuff. But Reed, I know you got to take off.
Yep, I got it. This time just flies by. So thanks for having me. It was awesome talking Ninja Scroll. I see Dirk in the chat asking what we recommend for anime, and I will say watch Ninja Scroll. That would be my recommendation for you to try it out, see if you like it. But yeah, I hope you guys.
Blue and Perfect Blue. If he likes that type of stuff, he'll like Perfect Blue. Yeah.
Reed, do you have anything coming up?
That's the next one. I don't. Not anything that I can think of offhand, but thank you for having me. I hope you guys have an awesome stream the rest of the way, and see you next time.
Yeah.
Sure. Right. Thanks for having me.
All right. You take care, my brother.
See you.
All right, great stuff. great stuff from there. Special guest Reed and stuff like that. He can come back on anytime he wants and stuff like that. We just bullshit the good geeky stuff and all that great stuff here. Just check the chat, then we'll just go on to the next picks here. Yeah, like I say, yeah, respect y'all's love for anime. It's just not my fault. Recommend what would be. Yeah, Ninja Scroll would be one Dirk. His buddy Darren did it for the Rotten Perfect Blue. That's an equivalent to a giallo for an anime film and stuff like that. It's a thriller. Akira, of course, would recommend. I'd recommend that to anybody.
Like I think
yes,
Dirk,
yes,
I think you would like the silent voice.
Yeah, the dramas and stuff like that. There's some good ones. There is some. They haven't been released on Blu-ray just yet, but the series has been released on Blu-ray. That's Pat Labor, it's called. They're like Met Police. The series is more action comedy. The movies or the films are straight drama, and I think you would probably like those guys as well. They're really good. You may probably go on YouTube or find it on some streaming service, maybe even on Crunchyroll if you have it. But yeah, Pat Labor did, well, technically 3 films. One of them I have, it's called like World War V or something like that. I forget now. But the first 2 films, Pat Labor, that was done is really good. So I'd highly recommend that. The like button. I appreciate that, Cal. Thank you very much. Cal ain't the biggest fan of Godzilla -1 either, but that's okay. That's all right. I haven't seen it yet. So, I get it. And yes, Ninja Scroll and Perfect Blue. Cool. Okay. I'll go ahead and do my second pick, that film that I got here. There. And that's this guy right here, Castle in the Sky. I love this film a lot. Straight up, I like this a little more than Spirited Away. So I give this one straight off the bat on Letterboxd. I think I gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars. I think I did. Also, English.
I'm so pleased you love that film because I love that film.
Yeah. The English voices are on point here. A young Casper Van Dien, Varsity Blues, and Dawson's Creek, right? So, and Mark Hamill, being the only sadistic bastard Mark Hamill can be, he is really good, like as the voice of this character in here. He tries not to do the Joker laugh. I'm just going to say that he tries not to do it, but you can't help yourself. I mean, you just can't help yourself. But basically, this guy right here, he's a pilot, basically, or his father was a pilot.
Maybe pull up IMDb again so we can see the art and stuff in the background.
Yeah. I'll get to that just 1 second. Just go through the quick synopsis, and then I'll bring this up real quick. Yeah, I'll get there, guy. Basically, it's just this world. First off, it starts out with this main character right here. This girl right here. She's on this airship, and for a fact by the way she's acting, she doesn't want to be there. And these air pirates attack the ship because they're looking for the stone that she has on the necklace that's around her neck here. That's what they're after. And she ends up basically jumping off of the ship, and the power of the stone floats her to the ground and basically into this dude's arms, in so many words. You find out his father was a pilot, and he tells the story to her when he finds her and like helps her out and stuff like that, saying of the Castle in the Sky. I don't want to butcher the name, so I'm not going to try it. The legend of it, they say nobody believed him and stuff like that, and ended up killing him. That nobody believed him about this place. It's a great adventure. It gets quite dark and disturbing. That's probably why I like it more. It's an action-packed film. It flies by for me. It's probably one of my all-time favorite Studio Ghibli animated films, probably. One of these days, I have to see the rest of them to do my list. But I highly recommend this. So this gets 9 out of 10, even though I gave it like 4.5 out of 5 on Letterboxd. I'm still kind of getting used to that, trying to see what kind of reverses up about that. But yeah, that's Castle in the Sky. I'd recommend this to anybody. I thank you all for picking this for me. Yeah, I just love it so much. Got me back into anime for a little bit. So yeah, this is a great film. I can watch this again any day of the week. It's a great film. this back in the full here, and then I'll bring up the IMDb thing here for this bad guy. What'd you all think about Castle in the Sky? If you've all seen it, I know you have, Caveman.
Yeah, no, I just really love it. I love the story. It's been a minute since I've seen it, but you know, the visuals, of course, but it does have a good message to it too.
It has a great message to it. I like all the characters in this. I have no problem with any of the characters. I mean, that's what I mean. Some of them you think are there for comic relief. Not really. All of them have a purpose in it. That's why I like about it a lot. It's like really good for the way they do that. The animation's always been on point, even for this time and stuff like that. It's just really it's really, really good for what it is. Here we go. But you kind of see it when they come up to the place because it's surrounded by this. But there's good intrigue in here. There's a really good twist in here. I really didn't see coming. So I do like it a lot. Typical like chase scenes and stuff like that reminds me a little bit of a film called Castle of Cagliostro, which is a Lupin the Third film. If any of y'all seen that, that's highly recommended too. But yeah, I love Castle in the Sky.
I just got involved in Lupin and that was the Lupin the Third steelbook that got me.
That wasn't considered a Studio Ghibli film either for the longest time. They didn't consider it that. But I need to upgrade that. I have the manga release of that. Of course, they have the suggestions of all the other stuff. Kiki's Delivery Service is another one I highly recommend. Of course, this one, My Neighbor Totoro. There it is, Howl's Moving Castle. That was the one I was thinking about. But, yeah. I mean, it's a really good, and of course, IMDb is a great place to go if you're looking for information. That's what I do when I do my videos. But, yeah, Laputa, the Flying Island. Yeah, Gulliver's Travels, which I didn't know that. So that's very cool to know. So, yeah, Uncle Palm, the earth speaks to all of us. And if we listen, we can understand. Yeah, great stuff. So it's really cool. Great stuff here. Let's look at the cast and crew here real quick so I can get the English voices here. Because I know Casper Van Dien's in it. Mark Hamill, of course, is in it. Cloris Leachman, of course, she's in here. Dang, great actress. Yeah, Anna. And of course, yeah, just done a lot of stuff. I think it's John Lester does an introduction on the DVD for this release too that I have, but a lot of recognizable voices and stuff like that. But of course, it's an all-timer. I'm shocked I haven't seen it, but yeah, that's Castle in the Sky. So yeah, very good stuff there. Right there, Jeff.
So the next one that I watched was Prometheus.
Oh yeah, let's go.
I watched this. I watched this in 3D. That was the only reason why I waited so long to watch it, and I really wish I wasn't such a format snob, and I would have watched this a lot sooner.
It's okay.
Such a good movie. I really dug it. Now it had a slow, like the first 30 minutes was a pretty slow burn, all the way up until about the time they get the underground tunnels scanned. But you need that kind of a slow burn in a sci-fi horror movie, and that's what they were really setting up, and it was a really good setup for that because it wasn't like scary, but it had a lot of the undertones of like a sci-fi horror.
Yeah, it did.
But I really dug it. Where it really took a turn for me was because I know you've seen it, right?
Yeah. No, I have the collection. I'm thinking about upgrading that to 4K. I want to see what that 4K transfer looks like for that film. But yeah, it's an interesting.
The incubator scene.
Yeah. Yeah. Yo,
that was
crazy.
Nuts.
The dude that plays her boyfriend or husband in that is the same guy who played in Upgrade. I forget his name. But he's the one that gets infected at the start. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, this has got such a stacked cast.
It does.
Idris Elba is in it. Charlize Theron. Michael Fassbender plays the android that was the one that was running the ship while they were asleep, because it's the ship that's the name of the movie. That's the name of the ship that the crew flies in on, is the Prometheus.
Prometheus, yeah. How'd you like the opening to that film?
The opening was awesome. The way that guy, he's like a titan. And you can tell he's huge. And he's just ready to go.
Yeah, ready to go. Like from the opening to that film. Have you seen Covenant yet?
No, I haven't. I'm gonna watch Covenant next, and then I'm gonna roll into the Aliens, because I've never seen the Alien movies
Covenant
before.
I think you'll like Covenant. I like Covenant a little bit more than Prometheus. I like Covenant. But
I have them all. I've just never seen them. The Alien movies and stuff played a lot when I was growing up on TV, but I've never purposely sat down and watched them. I did watch the Alien vs. Predator movies, and I've sat down and I've watched all the Predator movies except for Prey. But I just never touched the Alien side of it. So this movie makes me very interested in the rest of the whole series. So I would say like a 9 out of 10, 4.5 out of 5 type of deal.
Okay, 9 out of 10, 4.5 out of 5. Very good. Yeah, like I say, Ridley Scott's my all-time favorite director. I love everything that he does. He's really never given me anything that I did not like as a film from him. And people gave that movie shit.
Huge gaps. Yeah. I'm sure I have huge gaps in his library, but everything that I ever recall watching that has his name on it, I've enjoyed.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, that's a very good. That's a very good one. Yeah, definitely, it's an awesome film for what it is.
I highly recommend it. And if anybody ever wants to come over to my house and watch it, I'm gonna watch it again. It was a good one.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool. Right there, Guy. Go ahead. What's your number dose?
So yeah, if you want to go ahead and bring up the IMDb with the Wonderland.
Yeah, go ahead. Just talk about it real quick, and I'll bring that up for you, kid. Man, what'd you think about it?
Yeah, this was another one that was kind of weird, because it was kind of like an environment kind of driven kind of thing. And it was also kind of had like a Beauty and the Beast kind of aspect to it too. When we do see the IMDb and see the images, I'll be able to talk about what characters and stuff are the.
Who directed it?
Beast. It's Kichihara.
Oh, Kichihara. Yeah, I saw the chat too.
Sorry, I was reading the chat.
What?
Yeah, I saw the kid.
Am I missing something?
Just look that up, see what it gives me.
So Caveman, I'm assuming that you bought that movie like I bought that movie. It was at Big Lots for a good price, and it said Shout on it.
Yeah, Big Lots. And it's the Shout.
That's why I bought it. Is that why you bought it?
Yeah, because it was good
like
price.
Shout Kids, yeah.
I did enjoy it, but it was. Have you seen it? Have you watched it yet, Jeff?
I haven't watched it yet. Like I just got it maybe a couple weeks. I've gotten it since we suggested it for you to watch.
Okay, it's a slow burn. So I would say I enjoyed Arity a little bit more.
Who brought that film out? What studio brought that out?
I'm not sure what studio, but
it looks familiar.
Shot Select did the release.
It may be because there's a few newer kind of studios popping up. One of them's called now I just forgot the name of it. But
there's this whole underworld kind of environment that comes up from underneath the stairs. I mean, I highly recommend people to watch it, because you may get something out of it that I didn't get.
Yeah, 2019, so it's fairly new. Okay.
Yeah.
It looks interesting.
The English dubbing it was okay. I don't know who the stars are. The only thing I have a complaint about this particular release is, unlike these other Studio Ghiblis that show, they have a bunch of stuff where they show the American actors in the background recording their voices and stuff.
Right.
And all the extra features that are in this are all foreign. There's none, and they're not even dubbed. You have to watch them with subtitles.
Okay.
And there's
Now,
also commentary that's supposed to be on this too, and I don't know how that's supposed to work either, because it seems like you'd be reading subtitles for the commentary.
so does the movie only have the English dub on it, that Blu-ray, or does it have the Japanese with subs?
Well, it has the Japanese audio as well, but it's got the two different versions of the subtitles, the English to the words that the English actors speak.
Like closed caption a little bit.
Right, and then, but they also have the subtitles for the words that the Japanese actors speak.
Okay.
Because, as far as like matching the mouth and all that stuff, the American language doesn't work the same as Japanese language. I also learned something interesting on one of these Studio Ghibli ones too, is that I think it was even Patrick Stewart who was talking about the fact that, well, he was thankful in Arity that he had like a big mustache, that he didn't have to match, didn't have to match the lips to or whatever, but
right.
That, or maybe it was Uma Thurman, but one of them had actually talked about that, that the Japanese language has a much different enunciation patterns. Like they, when something is serious or excited, their voices kind of go lower or understated.
It's hard to find good English voices for anime characters nowadays. It doesn't fit. That's why I don't watch a lot of like new dubbing for a lot of stuff. It just doesn't feel right to me, not like it used to. So.
Well, right, but maybe I'm not explaining it correctly. What I'm trying to say is that when they're trying to bring out, when the American voices are trying to bring out, they're usually listening to the Japanese voices saying the lines in their ears, and they're reading what they're supposed to say in English.
Right.
And they're also looking at the video to try to match.
Yeah, great stuff. Yeah, pretty good. What'd you give it again, Caveman, for the score? What do you think?
I'll give it a 3 out of 5 or a 6 out of 10.
There you go. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I'll check that one out. It does look interesting. Yeah, it looks like interesting kind of take on some stuff there. It looks like.
I mean, it was a really good price at Big Lots.
Yeah,
I've been getting some good gets at Big Lots lately.
Yeah, Geeky's a good one. I actually had that on VHS. It's a good Studio Ghibli film. That and My Neighbor Totoro, I had both of those on VHS.
So
clamshell cases.
Wrangler, if you haven't seen Cat Returns is pretty good too. It reminds me a lot of The Kingsman. Hey, Nate.
Nate. Been working on his shelves. Yes, he has. You got all red there now. That looks awesome, dude. Yeah, heck yeah. Need to get Prometheus on 4K. Love that movie. Yeah, it's really it's like to see that one.
That was a good one.
And somebody in the chat recommended that you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to everybody here, to Spicy, to Jeff, and to myself.
Just won't watch it.
That's what I was laughing about earlier.
Yeah,
I said if anybody wants to come over and watch Prometheus, I'd watch it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ridley Scott did the film Legend with Tim Curry playing the devil and Tom Cruise, a young Tom Cruise before his accident. It's my all-time favorite dark fantasy film. I love Legend a lot. It's really good.
I need to get that Arrow big box that they have.
Yeah,
That's
I got that bad boy. Oh yeah, Tim Curry's on point. Yeah, I mean, when has he never been on point? You know, there's the perfect part for him. He complained about that to begin with because the makeup that they put on him, that headdress that he's wearing with the horns, that's heavy, but he got used to it, you know. So, seeing the cat returns. Like I said, there's a lot. It's a big film library from him. It's very large. He has a big, huge filmography and stuff like that too. So it's pretty good. All right, let's get down to nitty gritty and talk about the series that got picked for me to watch. And yeah, this bad boy right here, Captain Harlock, the TV series from 1977, done by the legendary. Let's see if I can do this. Aleiji Matsumoto.
Excuse me, guys, I got to do something with the dog.
Yeah,
sorry.
who recently passed last year. Another godfather of the manga and anime industry. He was a great director. Masamuto Domos, I'm going to call him, universe consists of this character here, Captain Harlock, and Star Blazers, aka Space Battleship Yamato, Galaxy Express 999. There's a lot that he's done. One of the newer stuffs he's done, Cosmo Warrior Zero. This series was directed or produced by the legendary Rintaro. Directed by Rintaro. Rintaro did another anime OAV series called Doomed Megalopolis, which I highly recommend everybody watch. He also did Galaxy Express 999. It was like an OAV series, and then it was film, legendary films. Unfortunately, I hadn't had the time to go through this all. It's a long series. That's okay, though. I love it. It basically takes place, it's like the year's like 2655, something like that. The Earth basically got lazy. Automations run everything and stuff like that. The government just plays golf all day. It's almost comical. And you have this guy, Captain Harlock, in the ship called the Arcadia with 42 crew members. It shows 41. There's a 42nd crew member. I'm not going to spoil that about what this is. This is a deep story. I highly recommend it. If you haven't seen this, maybe look this up on a streaming service or on YouTube. Try to find it. I like it a lot. He's going against these shape-shifting aliens called the Mazone. They disguise themselves as beautiful women, but they're also shapeshifters and stuff like that. This is a dark series. This was done in 1977, so this is post-Vietnam. And it's kind of the way Japan kind of was back then and stuff like that. It's a dark film. Or it's a dark anime series for what it is. I like it a lot, though. I will finish this series up. I know who the 42nd member is. Spoiler, I do know who that is. But as a series as a whole, I would give this a good solid 7 out of 10. So that's 3 out of 5 on Letterboxd. But it's really good. I like Space Captain Harlock and stuff like that. This is definitely a young man, young boys thing that they watched and stuff like that. I mean, this makes me want to do I do 30 push-ups every day. This series makes me want to do like 1,000,000 push-ups every day. It's really good. I like it a lot for a classic anime series and stuff like that. I highly suggest everyone check this out. Rest in peace to Masamuto. He left us too soon. He was on my bucket list of people to see at a con or something like that. It happens. But yeah, highly recommend it. If you want to see the prequel to that, it'd be this one right here, by the way, Arcadia of My Youth. I recommend this to anybody. This basically takes place before the series. This was done in 1981, I think, or 1980. So it's the film version of Captain Harlock. It basically tells this character's beginnings on where he started from where he's at, and why he's doing what he does. So yeah, I like I said, highly recommend both these things. But great stuff, Captain Harlock and stuff. This was released through Eastern Star. media over here in the U.S. and stuff like that. They also released Fist of the North Star series and the film. I highly recommend that too, and a lot of more classic type anime stuff. So
yeah, North Star will be making an appearance at some point on here because I did get that. I got the movie and I got the
hell yeah,
the series.
Watch the film first, Caveman. It's a mix between Mad Max and Bruce Lee. That's all I'm going to say. It's an all timer for me. It was a shonen. It was a shonen. I collect the manga for the shonen that was released. The shonen was released in like 82 or something like that. And that's like shonen is for teen boys and stuff like that. And that's probably the most brutal shonen I've ever seen. So, but yeah, definitely it's good for what it is. So right there, Jeff, go ahead. What series were you picked to watch? I know what it is, but tell us what you thought about
it. Swamp Thing.
Hell yeah.
I did myself a major disservice. I should have watched this. I should have watched this on Blu-ray at the very least. Because I have this really nice DVD. One disservice was the DVD they had, the DVD case they had it in was one of those eco ones, and as soon as I opened it up, it was already in a bunch of pieces.
God,
like it was crushed in a bunch of pieces underneath the slip box.
Oh yeah, it's that.
So I replaced it with a green one anyway.
Yeah.
So I put it in a nice green one because I really dug this series. But the disservice is so the reason why this series got canceled, like the first episode in, was because it was so expensive to make.
Yeah,
and you can tell. You can tell how good it looks and how much money they put into even just the prosthetics of the Swamp Thing character. It looked so awesome, but the DVD on my TV looked terrible. I did such a disservice because it's such a dark show, and DVD does not look good on like newer TVs if they're darker movies.
I've heard about that. Yeah.
So there was a lot. I lost a lot of detail. I'm gonna look for it in a better way to watch it. I think it's on Tubi, so it's probably in 1080 there. But I was just trying to cut. It's 10 episodes, and I was just trying to cut out and save my commercial time.
I thought it was like on Max or something because it's part
of. It was an HBO original when Warner.
Yeah, they pulled it off of Max and put it on Tubi. It was one of the ones they pulled off there and put on Tubi. I think they did that with Catwoman as well, or Batwoman or whatever one. They did it with a couple of them where they pulled it off of the paid one and put it on the freemiums to get ad revenue.
Right.
So, and then a lot of HBO stuff is actually going to Netflix now too. So
yeah. It's
so I'll have to keep an eye out and see if there's a better like a high definition stream to catch, because I'm sure the high definition stream will fix a lot of my issues with it. So I'm not going to grade that part of it, but I would imagine it looked way better than what I could see for it, and I did myself a major disservice by doing that, but because it was really good. Now saying that, I've never seen the original movies, and I've not watched, and I've not read any of the comics or anything. So this was my first experience with the Swamp Thing character. And I haven't watched any of the DC shows from when they were doing the DC Universe app thing, because that's what this is. At the beginning of every episode, it has the DC Universe logo pop up.
Yeah.
Right.
And I know that they were trying to go for a more mature audience for this, because there's all kinds of like language, and there isn't like any sexual content, but there's a lot of like gore.
Right.
But I think it fits the character, and I think it fits this narrative very well.
You really should see the first movie though.
Directed by Wes Craven.
Well, I do remember like I remember having it on DVD when I was younger. I don't have it any longer. Back when I was about 20, I sold all my DVDs.
I've never seen
and I used to have the old DVD of Swamp Thing.
Yeah, I've never seen the original either.
If I've seen it, I don't remember it.
MVD release,
and I'm just waiting for that 4K to go down a little bit in price.
Yeah,
right. Yeah. What'd you think of the series? Tell us a little bit about it, Jeff.
So Alec is the main character here. He was like this guy that was a scientist that was going out to this indigenous area where there was like this new fungi growing, and they wanted to use the fungi to heal like cancers and stuff like that. So I actually thought that was kind of cool that like the series starts off with them trying to do something good. But the guy gets overtaken by the swamp, and then the thing is that they try to start hunting him, and he's not real. He's more of like an anti-hero more than like a villain. He's very villainized. But no, I mean, I really enjoyed it, and the graphics and everything. Like it was very on par with. Honestly, it was on par with what I expect from like Apple TV Plus. You know, all their shows are like way up here. They put like premium money into their stuff, and I expect that if I was watching this on Blu-ray, I would feel that the production is there. There's all kinds of just like there's dismemberment, and it's not like gore. It's not like super gory, but it all looks realistic. Like, because there's just times where he just like shoots out his limbs, and he's literally like just tearing through people's bodies, and it's just making them explode.
It is a horror type of a story. Yeah, it is a horror type of a story.
The original DCU stuff that they were trying to do when they were trying to do their own streaming service was really top tier stuff. And I think
I have Doom Patrol, but I've never watched Doom Patrol before either.
Yeah,
I bought the first season of it.
Doom Patrol is like really good.
And
I heard that one in Titans were the top tier.
Yeah, Swamp Thing. Yeah, it's basically body horror. It's based off the series, the DC comic series. Alan Moore did it, and then another writer did it as well. But yeah, Alan Moore, who did, of course, The Killing Joke and all those legendary kind of stories. He did Watchmen. It's part of Swamp Thing too. I watched the second film just because I remember the opening. They show it's oh God, what is it? Yeah, Born on the Bayou is being sung, by Clearance Clearwater Revival, where they show panels from the comic books for Swamp Thing too, and I love that. I love that a lot. That's more quirky than Wes Craven's original. David Hess from Last House on the Left is in Swamp Thing, the original OG film. So that's really
so is Adrienne Barbeau.
Yeah, Adrienne Barbeau and the Barbos that she has. What'd you give the series as a whole there, Jeff?
I would give it a solid 4 out of 5, like 4.5 out of 5, a 9 out of 10. Like it's really high up there. Like I said, my biggest issues with it isn't necessarily the show's fault, other than the fact that like it's not supposed to be a complete series, even though it is. It ended before it really was supposed to end. And that's probably the biggest shame of it.
It ended
because if they could have said, "Hey, we're gonna give you another 6-episode mini second season to kind of finish it off," they could have done something to kind of tie it up a little better. That's just
production hell for that. They're in production hell.
Yeah, and that's just one of those things where like, because we're 4 years out from it, you already know that that's what you're going to get when you go into it. It's just what you have here is all you get.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's a shame because I literally remember it getting canceled the day the first episode premiered on the app. Because
the series is done. Yeah, not gonna.
Like the episode premiered, they said, okay, well, we've filmed the whole series, but it's canceled, and we're shuttering the DC Universe app, and everything will move over to HBO Max. Like that all happened the day that Swamp Thing came out, or the day after.
Yeah, it's a waste of time with the way they went with that. Yeah, Warner Brothers is Warner Brothers. That's all I'm going to kind of say about that with them.
But I'm very excited to go back and check out the older ones, and I'm hoping that they'll be discounted and like a little bit more on sale, a little closer to the new Swamp Thing, because that Swamp Thing is a character that James Gunn wants to explore for the new DC universe.
Excellent. I totally agree.
I'd like to see a Swamp Thing video, like home film again.
Oh hell yeah! Green Lantern, same idea for that. Cool, thank you, Jeff. Awesome review there. All right, there, Guy, what you got for us today?
So, Into the Badlands.
All right.
Jeff, you made a mistake.
I shouldn't have put it back, huh?
Yeah. Especially if more than just one season one with it.
That's an Anchor Bay release too. That's what's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was it was season 1 with a slipcover for like $12.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I should have just grabbed it. I was trying to buy lunch that day.
That's right. Yeah, food is more important.
Yeah, I didn't get this with a slipcover. But so season 2, well, season 1 only has 8 episodes. Season 1 only has 8 episodes, and season 2 has 10 episodes, and season 3 has 16 episodes. Season 2 is available on Amazon for like $13, so I'll probably pick that up. But season 3 is really too expensive right now, so I'll have to find it out in the wild or something. And then they have like a DVD set with all 3 seasons for like $25 or whatever, which I'd much rather have.
It's AMC, so they'll probably take and repackage all the Blu-rays at some point too.
Yeah. But it's kind of like a dystopian future where we still have cars, we still have oil and stuff, but it's very limited numbers. Only the richest people.
It's post-apocalyptic, yeah.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Fist of the North Star. It reminds me kind of like that, where the strong survive. You know, you got to fight your way to get what you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
And there's like different clans and different kingdoms that are
yeah, I remember seeing the previews to that. It looked trippy.
So I'm excited to get into the season 2 because I know season 2 picks up a little bit more. There's a particular cast member that I'm really looking forward to, but this actually has the main guy is Danielle Wu, but it has one guy that's kind of interesting in it. Is sorry, cats are fighting over food. Has this guy in it, and he's from he's now on 911, or it's like the Fire TV series that's based in California or whatever.
Okay.
But he's great in that series. But he plays the son of one of the people that's in this. But like I said, it's only got 8 episodes. It's kind of has some really good scenes in it. I mean, you can kind of think of Ninja Scroll on some of like the swordsmanship and the fighting scenes and stuff.
It's like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon 2, where you see him start to fly kind of across these dojos and stuff. I always thought that was cool.
But it's pretty brutal and graphic on how the kills and stuff that they do show on this. It's really, I know it's on AMC, so it's not like regular TV standards or whatever. But I'm really surprised they were able to get this on a national TV thing. So,
I mean, AMC was trying all kinds of things around the time that this show came out. I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they were trying to figure out what they would. They were figuring different things to pivot into during Walking Dead's off seasons.
Yeah.
Right. Another good TV series from that era is also Longmire. If you guys have never seen that.
My mom's watched Longmire a bit. She likes that one a lot. Same thing with AMC when they did Ridley Scott's The Terror. That's based off the book and stuff like that. Then they did another one. It was called The Terror something else though as well. That's more horror type series wise, Caveman. You'd probably like The Terror though.
But I give the series like a 7 out of 10 or whatever. And I will be looking
Nice.
forward.
Very nice.
Like I said, I'll probably go ahead and order the season 2 since it's only $13.
Very nice.
But I gotta wait on season 3 or get like a box set like Jeff's talking about because it's they want like $30 for season 3 and it's just ridiculous. So
very good, Caveman. Yeah, awesome. I'll have to check that out. Watch. They'll probably do what they did with the. Is there only 3 seasons of that?
There's just 3 seasons.
3 seasons of that? Okay. I kind of figured. That's kind of too bad. I thought maybe they would.
It was one of those ones that ended because of like COVID and stuff, right? Because of like COVID restrictions. It had that really long season, and then they just had to stop it.
It started in 2015, so.
Oh damn! Yeah, that's about right. That's when companies like, because AMC kind of started it with their. They didn't start it with their originals.
Well, you're right.
But
it ended in 2019. Yeah. So, but that was when it aired.
Yeah, of course.
So I guess they just didn't ever go back to production on it or whatever.
Very cool. Of course, seen the CGI Harlock movie.
Yes, I don't recall
that
show ever being considered bad. Like it consistently stays good from what I remember.
Yeah, I've seen the CGI Harlock movie. That might still be on Netflix. It's good for what it is. I like it a lot. Actually, it's quite good for like a CGI type of an anime type of a film. So I'd recommend that. Yeah, real very soon. yeah, 2011. That's about right. Days of the first thing. I haven't watched a full movie. Might have to be a late night. I get it. Like I said, really, I haven't done a lot of videos and stuff like that, work and all that other stuff. It does get in the way. I get tired, I work in the grocery business. That shit can be very stressful. That's why I'm glad I have Guy over there on my right, and of course Jeff to talk about this shit too. So really good. Enjoyed that series. Yeah, Wild likes it. So you basically have to watch DVDs on brighter, vibrant settings for most decent.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
a newer
replacing
series,
Swamp Thing. I'm gonna buy Swamp Thing on Blu-ray. I'm definitely going to upgrade that one. And I don't really upgrade my stuff too often. I'm not really a format snob, but that show deserves to have a Blu-ray. And I think it's only about $20.
Yeah, dude, I don't know why they're being stingy about that. Give me a break. Well, of course they are. I forget who's in charge of Warner Brothers. He came from a streaming service, make no mistake. So I understand that. That's what I'm going to kind of Into the Badlands, great show, very true. Swamp Thing body horror. Yeah, it is. Like I said, it's more of a horror comic book as well. When Alan Moore does the comic through DC and stuff like that, it's going to be something dark. He just has that. He has that knack for doing that. I watched it on AMC shortly after Walking Dead. Kind of lost my interest. Yeah, that didn't take long for me either. Love Longmire. Yeah, so it's a good.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen Longmire, you really need to check it out.
Yeah, I think they did mention that they're going to maybe cancel
I'm not sure if they actually canceled, if they actually announced that they canceled it or not. Like I said, I just think it's one of those things that got lost in 2020.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting the way
they might still be working on another season of it.
I can see how it works.
It never lost viewership.
For that. You all see the trailer for that new Daredevil series? That's not a fucking Daredevil series. I'm just going to state that. That's false advertising. That's huge false advertising. Are you kidding me? It's like, I thought, is this
I see something on Hulu about it, but then it told me it wasn't part of my plan. So I don't know. Or is it like Disney?
Yeah. I actually watched that. I streamed it all the first night. It's actually pretty good. It's got, and reason why.
How many episodes is it?
There's only 5 episodes.
How many episodes?
Yeah. 5.
Okay.
And they're all right at 40 minutes or whatever. And the reason why Chris is saying it's a Daredevil series is because
it's false advertising.
heavily features Kingpin, and Kingpin is like the number one villain of Daredevil.
Yeah.
Um,
Wilton Fisk. Yeah.
yeah. But there.
Yeah,
there
but
is,
I think they're just going to use him all over the place because he's supposed to be in a Spider-Man movie too, from what I understand. I think they're just going to use that actor all over the place, and I'm okay with
I
that.
like
He's a good
D'Onofrio. Yeah, he was made to kind of play that part. So I kind of see what they're doing. It's like with DC, I think Marvel's trying to do a reset and actually putting the characters from their series actually into their films. We'll see if they actually do that. Like I say, because
it makes sense.
like I said, I'm waiting for the
Netflix
Punisher,
series
new
were
Punisher
good.
series to come out.
but you do get a glimpse of two separate Marvel series. You get a glimpse of Hawkeye when he was doing at like the beginning of the Hawkeye series where it was showing he was the Shogun or whatever. I may have the name
Teaching his daughter how to do it. Yeah, how to do the stuff.
And then the other one is, of course, Daredevil.
Yeah, because what I thought when I saw the trailer, I thought it was going to be Daredevil Born Again because I think it shows him in the yellow suit. And that's where, that's a...
No, he's not. He's not in the yellow suit in this one. I'll tell you that.
I just wish they kind of stayed maybe consistent and stuff like that because they tried doing that before, doing spin-off stuff. Of course, that was through Netflix, but you could blame whoever on that. But, it is what it kind of is like that. All right there, gents, do you have your stacks all set up there?
Yep.
Very cool. That's kind of true. While Wrangler mentioned, I would rent Alan Moore's Swamp Thing in library back in the day. So yeah, it was him and another author. I forget the other author's name, but yeah, like OG Swamp Thing. You can look it up on Amazon. The omnibus is quite expensive, but of course that's DC. That's what they like to do with their omnibuses and stuff like that. So it is what it is. All right, so I'll go with film stack number 1. Added 1 to this. So I added 1 to each stack here. So I'll go ahead and show what's in the stack. So I have Pokemon Forever, the 4th film franchise. Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie. This is only like 40 minutes long, I think, or something like that. I know it was put in the theater, though, so. Mega Zone 23, Part 3. So it's like 2 episodes, but it kind of counts as a film. So I'm counting that in here. Mobile Suit Gundam 00, Awakening the Trailblazer, or Awakening of the Trailblazer. This is the film, basically takes place after the Gundam 00 series and stuff like that. So I know a little bit about this. And this is one of the last Bandai Blu-rays ever released over here. So, and then added onto the stack, Watership Down. Criterion release based off the children's fantasy book. All right.
I'm going with that new one, that Watership Down.
Yeah. Also, make sure you check the chat too, because the chat is supposed to be helping out.
Oh, they are. Yeah, it's all right. This is good exercise, so I can hold this up for a second.
I loved that book. That book was so good.
Yeah, Wild Wrangler saying Gundam 00. That Yu-Gi-Oh! On DVD. Yeah, it's the you already know. Yeah, absolutely. That's good that I see love for Yu-Gi-Oh! More than I see love for Pokemon. That's quite interesting. Pokemon Forever, it's like this dude comes from the future, I guess it is. Yeah, so he has funky, like they're like black and red Pokeballs and stuff like that too. So I heard, and that's a Miramax release too. That was interesting. That's when like Miramax had a deal, I think, with Disney or something like that. Oh, very nice, Tim. All right. Okay, looks like it's Watership Down. So cool. So it'll be this guy right here. I've had this one for a while. I remember watching a YouTube video about it and stuff like that, and
I didn't know
Dude.
it was on Criterion.
Yeah. There's another release too. You may need to look it up and stuff like that. It's like a special edition. So right there, Jeff, show us what you got.
So my first film stack, Assassin's Creed,
I saw that at
Mario
Wally World. That
Land.
got dirt cheap.
R.I.P. D.
3D.
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 3D. District 9.
Oh.
And then the new one I added, and I figure I need to watch it because now the 4K is coming out, is Contagion.
Oh. Okay.
Because now there's a 4K that was
Very,
just
very
announced.
2020 of you there, Jeff.
Yeah, very 2020.
I want to go with RIPD 3D because we know you love your 3D.
RIPD 3D. Yeah, that's Jeff Bridges. I love him in everything he does. And that with Ryan Reynolds, that's interesting. Reed says
Although
District
we got
9.
9
got-
one for Contagion.
Wild Wrangler says District 9.
Yeah, I think District 9. I think Chad's
District 9. Yeah, it looks like it's District 9 because Jane Doe says District 9. And of course, my man
And
Corey
then
there
two
says District
Contagion.
9. So it's going to be District 9. Yeah, the chat wins
Nice.
out here.
Okay.
The chat has voted.
Cool. Cool.
I like District 9 a
District
lot. You'll
9.
like it. It's very good. It almost has a found footage aspect to it. But yeah, you'll like it a lot. I can't wait. I can't wait to hear your kind of review on that, Jeff. So that's cool. That's why I love doing this stuff. All right, there, Guy. Go ahead. What you got for it?
So to kind of mix stuff up a little bit here, but Battlestar Galactica,
Is that the film?
yes.
Nice.
I've never seen the film. I saw a few of the episodes, but never seen the
Me
film.
too. I've seen some of the films.
But this is where I mixed it up a little bit. I got,
Oh yeah.
and I know Jeff's a fan of this one.
Does Tony have
Yeah,
that one
yeah.
from Basement Blues? He may pop up in the chat here. He's like, "Oh, wait a minute, there, caveman." Oh, okay.
The latest Transformers. And then this is a sad state of affairs.
Just do it. Oh,
Ugh.
oh. Okay. The dog agrees.
And just because I needed 5.
Okay. Just need to put that in there.
I'm gonna say that you should probably go with Spider-Man because that bad boy needs opened. But
Yeah, I'm gonna-
Mario is
Yeah,
so
I'm
good.
going to do that for you too. There, I was going to pick the Transformers because I need to see that one, so I haven't seen it yet. And I haven't seen the Spider-Man either, so I'll pick Spider-Man for you there, K-Man, just so you can unwrap that sucker and just
Yeah.
get that out of her because that would drive me nuts. And Reed agrees. Across the Spider-Verse. Yeah, Wild Wrangler. He's kind of like me. Yeah, Rise of the Beast. That's how Unicron should have been played initially in the live-action movies. Damn it! At least they did it there. So.
But I'm going to go ahead and
Spider-Man. Okay. Yep. Looks like that wins out. Good deal, Caveman. Awesome. Oh, so he didn't like it. Rise of the Beast. It has to be better than the one with Sir Anthony Hopkins. Like going, oh God, how much did you have to pay him to play that movie? The Last Night. I mean, my God, that was so bad. I can't defend that film at all. I mean, I can't.
I
do it. Good
missed
deal.
that one somewhere.
Yeah. I'm saving up to get that 4K kind of set of all the Transformers films and stuff like that, but that steelbook does look really nice. So that'd be good. All right. Same thing, added one to this film stack. So here we go. The Bleach 4 film collection. So I have all these four films on DVD too. So it'd be this one. Powery, Studio Trigger film, anime film. One that Caveman has seen before, Bella.
Yeah.
This is the Target exclusive steelbook. Just saying.
Yeah, I have that one.
And Millennium Actress from the same director who did Perfect Blue. The late director. He passed away.
I need to get that steelbook. Although they're supposed to be releasing a 4K version of that.
The Paprika. Yeah. And then one that I added to the stack, another Criterion. Get middle fingers up here, pinky fingers up. Fantastic Planet. Phantasmat. Part of Dead Pit and stuff like that. He has one of these things right here. But this is Fantastic Planet. This is an old animated film. So.
Well, I'm going to go with Belle because Belle is a kind of a Beauty and the Beast kind of story that needs to be seen. Yeah, Miss Caveman says Belle too.
That's Belle. Wild Wrangler. Boy, he's trying to keep it with the anime for me with the Bleach and stuff like that. I love the series. I love the Bleach series, by the way. The last great shonen series I've ever watched. Fantastic Planet. Oh, yeah. See if anybody else says anything. I know sometimes the chat takes a second, so there's a delay. It's all right. These are steelbooks, so I have an extended arm here. Like Frank Castle says, just hold it at an extended thing for the awesome Punisher film he did. Hell of a workout, so I'm all good with that.
I'm going to say Fantastic Planet as well.
Nice.
You're just siding with your mom.
What? Mark
Actually,
Wahlberg
I'm siding with Criterion.
He's okay.
I'm on a Criterion kick, right? I'm on a Criterion kick right now. So I'm siding with Criterions.
Mark Wahlberg is an okay actor. Okay, Wilkie says Belle.
Oh, looks like it's Belle. That's 3.
That is 3. Thank you for keeping an eye on the chat there, John. Jeff, I appreciate that. So it's this is a nice steelbook too. So.
Well, Miss Caveman voted, but she was in the kitchen. She was
right. That's why I heard you say that. No problem. But yeah, there it is. Cool. Love it. Oh. Right there, Jeff. We got the series. What you got?
Okay, so my next stack of movies are my animated ones. Still with Teen Titans Go to the Movies. Rise of the Guardians. The Book of Life. This is one of the few from last year I still need to watch.
Spider-Verse.
Okay. And then I added this one in just because I've never seen it, but I hear it's pretty good. Wreck-It Ralph sequel.
Yeah.
Oh, it wrecks the internet.
Well, hopefully the chat goes for the Spider-Verse because
I'm going for the Spider-Verse. Yeah.
If we both review that one.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, I'm going across the Spider-Verse. That's a nice looking 4K.
So I'm going. That's what my vote is across the Spider-Verse for you.
Mine too. Across the Spider-Verse. I was going to pick Rise of the Guardians. I had that same release. That's a great film. Chat agrees.
Spider-Verse. Okay, looks like it's Spider-Verse. Sweet.
Hell yeah. Good deal. Or that's right. Goes back to me here. Yep, Spider. Yeah, so everyone's kind of saying that.
I still haven't picked mine.
Oh, that's right. Sorry there, Caveman. Okay, go ahead. Go.
Ooh, that's a nice steelbook.
But it's not a steelbook. It looks like a steelbook.
They're doing it like the fork.
That's
they're doing
really
like
nice flip cover then.
Dude, that's nice. Yeah, I've seen some like that.
Found this there. This is like a series of movies, and I think that there might be 2 on this. I'm not sure.
Yeah, there's a series. There's also another series called Cat's Eye, I think it's called, which is like a takeoff of that series. Yeah.
But there's a series of movies, and I first saw this on YouTube. There's a couple of the movies on there.
Very cool.
And but I saw this on Amazon cheap, so I picked that up.
Thank you, Anthony. You have a good night, my friend. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. You have a good night.
Yep. Thanks, Anthony. Have a good night.
Oh,
And I still haven't seen this one.
Oh, just as we're talking about it. Okay.
Oh.
I have that same steelbook. Yesterday. I'm going with Perfect Blue.
Yeah, I'll say Perfect Blue.
Wild Wrangler says only yesterday. They almost all match, except for the one. Only yesterday. We got a tie.
Well, the chat wins.
Only yesterday. Yep. Okay.
Yep. Well, okay. Only yesterday.
Very cool. Yeah, they don't want to scare Caveman there with Perfect Blue. It's a thriller. So only yesterday.
I don't have fun with thrillers. I don't know why everybody's got the thing up their ass for me in thrillers. That's
oh, I know you'll watch them. I know you just don't watch like the horror type stuff. I get that. I have that type of anxiety sometimes too. I can almost get desensitized by all the stuff that I watch. That's why I kind of gave it a rest a little bit, you know. So, you know, I just watch all my films there. Very good. Thank you, Chad, for helping out. Got a good turnout here. I appreciate that. Up to 10 people here. Thank you very much. Like I say, follow all these guys. I gave you all their links in the info bar. You know, just subscribe to them. They're doing great content, man. So yeah, check them out. All right. Last but not least, the stack of my my series here. Same thing. Added one to the stack. So I had Trinity Blood, about vampires, about a Krusnik. That's a vampire that needs the blood or whatever of vampires. And spaceships or ships that look like crosses. So, Star Blazers 21.99. This is part 2, I think. Yeah, part 2. This is the remake of it, by the way, which I heard is quite good. I've seen the first part. Slayers Revolution R. The Slayers Revolution R. Samurai Champloo.
Yeah, I've got that one too. I need to watch that one.
And this one I've had for a while. I just collected it because I got the box for it and collected the rest of the DVDs for it. Demon Lord Dante from Go Nagi. Same guy who did Devilman. Legendary anime director.
And just so everybody knows, he's only required the first season.
Right, first seasons. I appreciate that, Caveman. Thank you. Yeah, with old school anime and stuff like that, they don't go by seasons. Okay.
I know, but first series or whatever, or just what's over on the first disc.
Well, yeah, whatever's on the first disc. Thank you, Caveman. Yes.
I'm gonna go
start. It's upside down. Give me a second. Oh, switch it so you can see the cool box art. What'd you say, Caveman? Sorry.
Starblade.
Yeah, Demon Lord Dante box. That looks awesome.
See one.
So we got Trinity Blood in the chat and
Demon Lord Dante from Miss Jane. See if I get anything else here. Give it a second. Corey may still be looking and thinking about it. So, guys, give me the workout with my skinny noodly arms, man.
Well, I'm impressed that you're doing 30 push-ups a day. I wish I was doing that.
I was told to do that by one of my co-employees. It works. People business is very stressful, so I'll give it that.
Yeah. I used to throw around 60-pound bags of sugar, so.
Nice. Okay, I got 2 for Trinity Blood.
I'll give you 3 on Trinity Blood.
Okay. All right, perfect. That'll work. Thank you, guys. Cool. I've seen a few episodes of this. I'll finish it off. Or, like you say, first disc. First disc. I appreciate that, Caveman. Thank you. Gives me something to do. There we go. So, we got our stacks here. And yeah, it's a pretty Pretty good
We,
stuff. So we
we
got.
still need to. Jeff and I still need to pick our TV series.
Oh, that's right. I started that. Boy, sorry about that. I must be more tired than I thought. Duh. Okay, so I'll go with you, of course, Jeff. So okay, must be in a time warp or something.
Remy.
Falling Skies.
Oh, okay. That was a what? CBS?
Yeah.
No, it was.
TNT. TNT.
Oh, that's right.
The Roller Girls.
Hey now. I like the way that packaging looks.
Unbreakable Machine Doll. This one's cool packaging too. It's got
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
a
a
nice.
nice
Yeah,
hard box.
that's from Funimation, right? Yeah,
Yeah. Sequest.
that's right. Makes an appearance.
And then what I added for this one, I've never seen the movie either, so it'll be a different series. It'll be all new to me either way, but that'll be Fargo.
Is that the first season?
What season is that?
The first season.
Okay,
And I found it thrifting a couple weeks back.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So that's it.
I'm gonna go Fargo.
Can we see that?
Well, I'll do Fallen Skies, and you'll know why in a second. Fallen Skies.
I'll do Fallen Skies. Corey says Falling Skies. Wild Wrangler said Sequest. Jane likes Falling Skies, says it's really good. Yeah, and then 10-8 YP likes Fallen Skies, so it looks like it's Fallen Skies. Excellent.
So this is why I said Fallen Skies.
Of course it is.
Dude,
It's a nice slip for that. Oh,
Yeah, it's like a slide. It's like a digibox.
yeah.
yeah, it's
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah, Drifters from the same people did Hellsing. Yeah.
is yours the same, Jeff?
Yeah, it's like a slide box. It's real nice.
1080p, thank you.
I got it from a
Yeah, I'll
friend.
call you 1080p, no problem.
1080p.
Oh, yeah, the complete
Oh, that's
series.
cool.
Yeah, they didn't do a lot of that one. That's too bad. I like that series.
I've been wanting to check this one out.
Oh. And the
Bartender, okay.
I'll go first. I was going to pick A Kami Got Killed, but Miss Caveman, I think, will like Bartender. So I'm going to go with Bartender.
Well, Jane Doe said Fallen Skies, and since we got Fallen Skies picked for.
Got another one for Bartender. Legion. What are you going for there, Jeff?
I mean, I would say Falling Skies, so that way he has to watch it with me. But
We got three total.
but it looks
for
like Bartender.
Yeah,
It looks
Corey
like
likes
Bartender.
it. Reed wants it. I'll wait a little bit, see if. I do really like A Kami Got Kill. I really do. I have the manga for that too. Manga's a little bit different, story wise, but yeah, it looks like it's Bartender there, Caveman.
Sorry, Jeff. I was going to join you.
1080p makes a good point. I haven't been to Big Lots in a while, but
No, I
They
got
have some
Falling
4Ks
Skies
over
from
there
a
that I
friend
like.
that was purging his collection.
Very good. We got some good stuff to watch there, gents. All right. To start
Yep.
with you there, Well, sorry, Gary Caveman, go ahead.
So just go through while we got them, and then
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and
we'll
we'll
land the ship.
land the ship, send it off. All right, there. Go ahead there, Jeff. You can start. What do you think? Why'd you pick kind of those series, or why'd you pick them up, or pick up what you have to watch?
Okay. So this one was actually this was given to me from a friend that I was talking movies with him. We talked movies and stuff, and then he picked up some stuff thrifting and decided to just purge his collection. He decided he didn't really want to collect stuff. And this was pretty much the only thing that I did take from him, because I haven't heard nothing but good things about Falling Skies. It ran on TNT, I think, for 6 seasons, and for a show to go more than 3, it's got to be good.
Yeah.
Is that the one where they're on a
Until they
boat
jump the
or
shark.
something like that? Or is that another series I'm thinking of that was on TNT?
Did they jump the shark in that? Do they jump the shark in that way?
Oh no! Well, they jumped the shark in about everything. So,
Pretty much. If it lasts more than 2 seasons.
I haven't seen the series yet, so I don't know yet. But
and then this one, this was only like the most talked about animated film last year, so I was gonna end up with it. But I think my wife was in the store with my youngest, and he just absolutely loves Spider-Man. So we weren't gonna get out of Walmart without buying this sooner or later, anyways. Yeah. So, and like I said, it's one of the biggest films for last year, so I'm really excited to check it out, and it gives me a reason to sit down and watch it too. I don't know, was it almost 3-hour long movie? Because I don't particularly like sitting down and watching really long movies like that. So the more of a kick in the butt, the better for me.
I agree with that.
And then this one, I actually bought this on a friend's recommendation. The same friend that I got Falling Skies from told me this was one of his favorite films and asked me if I had ever seen it. And I said no. And then I was in Big Lots last summer, and they had it there for like $6.
Yeah,
so I went ahead and picked it up.
Yeah.
So I've been sitting on it for a while, but I got it based on a friend's recommendation. So
very cool. Yeah, excellent. Good deal.
And the TV series?
That was Falling Skies.
Series? Oh, sorry. Never mind.
Let their guy go ahead. Why do those films? What gave you the idea to purchase those bad boys?
Bartender was a good price, and the cover art. Now, I know you're not supposed to judge a book by its cover, but it just kind of intrigued me.
Yeah.
Only yesterday, it's a Studio Ghibli. They were doing all the steel books, and I wanted to get them all, so that's why.
Dang right. That's right.
And then what Jeff said about Across the Spider-Verse, everybody's talking about it. It came available again on the Best Buy website, and since it's a Best Buy exclusive, and we all know what's going to happen with that story, so yeah.
End of an era. And an excuse for you to open that guy up and get
we
that
all know what's
disc.
going to happen. They're going to peel those Best Buy stickers off the front and put Walmart stickers on them.
Yeah.
Because they already got their surplus.
Or they're all going to end up at Hamilton Book.
Woo! Hey, why not?
Because I know that last summer, I was getting a lot of steel books from Walmart's dump bin, and they were older Best Buy exclusive steel books, and they were in like the $7.50 bin, $5 bins. So
yeah, I wish I had those bins in mine, but we only have like a country.
We lost them since then.
Nearest Walmart is like 20 minutes away. It's a country Walmart, so we only have like 5 or 6 movies. I mean, it's ridiculous.
I have California Walmart where I'm at, so yeah, literally, it's like I'll see next time I go there, see if they've changed anything else. So we'll start with the series Trinity Blood. I think I remember seeing this on Toonami a bit, and I like the way the art style is and stuff like that. Like I said, I've seen the first and second episodes for this. I kind of like it. It's like basically a futuristic version of the church versus vampires and a different type of setting. So be very cool to check this one out. And this is an earlier release by Funimation, and it's done by Studio Gonzo too, and they're a good studio kind of for stuff. They're different type of animation. That's probably what I was thinking of. Bella, because I heard really good things about it. I think this got a theatrical release too. There's a lot of hype around this film. I remember seeing it at Target and with the steelbook version of it and stuff like that too. And like K-Man says, he has the steelbook. I'm going to get it, And K-Man likes it, so I probably will like it too. So Watership Down. This bad boy, like Jeff said, based off the book. A lot of people say it's like one of the greatest like fantasy books ever done. And I remember watching a video. It was called, the YouTube channel is called In Praise for the Shadows. He might still be around. And he did kind of like a little video essay on this film. And I'm like going, dude, it's rabbits. It's like a story to the promised land with rabbits, and the late great Mr. Hurt is in here as a voice. So I think you might be able still to get this on Criterion. I remember got this off of Amazon a few years ago for $20. But that's for this one. I've heard it's a great film, so very cool to check this one out. So
read this Caveman's comment about our Walmart.
Find that out in a second. So there we go. It's literally a Guinness Book of World Records of being the world's smallest Walmart, or it was at one time.
Wow.
Found a couple steelbooks at Walmart, $5 bin today. First ones I've seen in months in there. Mine no longer has a bin. I know what they're talking about. They got rid of those a while back. They just put them on shelves in like corners, like certain side corners. They'll put those in. And I missed my opportunity. I got a few steelbooks for like, I may add that to the film stacks for our next stream for like $10. So pretty cheap stuff there. So it was really good. Did you guys get Falling Skies at Big Lots? I need to go over there. Yeah. Yeah.
No, but I did get a Big Lot scoop recently. They've got good stuff rolling through there right now.
They do. Last time I was there, they had 4Ks. That's where I got the.
They've got a lot of their Christmas stuff on 50%.
That's right. Yeah, I just saw that. I get their emails.
I posted a coupon that it's only good if you get like $50 worth of stuff, but on Instagram about it's basically like 20% off.
It's an excuse for me to go back there, get new pillows and stuff like that.
It's Big Lot. So
very good.
Hey, that's $10 free dollars.
Yeah, yeah, it's up there. So again, I'd like to thank everybody for showing up here. Better turnout than last time. So we're in the big time there, boys. We're getting there, man.
So Jeff's got something coming up tomorrow.
Yes, he does. What you doing tomorrow there, Jeff?
Yes. I'm gonna do my a subscriber thank you live stream. It'll be my first one, so it'll be a little rocky, but it should be fun. I don't know how long it'll go for, but I'm gonna start at 11. Just kind of talk until nobody talks back, I guess. But I got a few digital codes to give away, which, speaking of, I got one right now if you want to put me full screen that I'll give away tonight.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
For the Purged. It's such a good movie.
I like The Purge. I think I got that at Big Lots. The single one, the first one. That's Ethan Hawke's in that one. Thank you, Wild. I appreciate that. 11 out of 10. That's going above and beyond. I appreciate that. Very good. Appreciate that. Great stuff. Caveman, what are you doing? What's your future plans?
But I got some more digital codes to give away tomorrow. I'll probably show my Big Lots haul.
Yeah.
I don't really know what else to really do but hang out and chit chat with people.
Yeah. If you need company, I'll join you.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So what do you?
All right, it's just basically sending a link, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So next Wednesday we're doing the second episode of Gen X on KB Loves Movies channel,
Hell yeah, I need to check out the first episode of that.
and I've been invited to be part of it because I fit that demographic of being an old caveman.
I do too. You have the better beard than I do. You're fine.
But yeah, that I think Fish was like, he was born in 1979. When were you born?
I was born in 1979.
Okay,
April
so you're
16th, 1979. Yeah, I'm dating myself.
you're there. We'll have to see about getting you added there.
One of these times, yeah, it's fine.
But yeah, I want to try to start a new series kind of thing, and I still want to try to figure out the editing thing. And I recorded a video that I was planning on editing where I kind of talked about some of the same stuff that I talked about, but I really kind of wanted to go ahead and I might go ahead and post it anyways, because even though I'm repeating some of the same stuff, but I'm in the field with the horses, so
That's right.
that's why I want to post
They're
it.
your audience. The horses are your audience, so you know.
Yeah, well, no, there's actual horses.
Yeah, actual horses. That's right. Very good. Yeah, that's great. Tomorrow I'm on Keith's channel, Gorfo. Me, him, and Dirk are going over my favorite all-time Italian director, Lucio Fulci, and his filmography. So that'll be a badass fun time. Unfortunately, it's the same time you're doing your thing there, Jeff. But I will stop by though and give the / the like definitely.
Yeah.
I do have another 4 films stream planned with Dirk and Darren, so it's going to be 4 films of Brian De Palma. And I just have one more film to rewatch, and then I'll give those 2 awesome dudes a time and place, probably sometime next week. I'm decided to take some floaters because I need those days, kind of need to reset. Expect a found footage Friday tomorrow. I have the idea of the found footage film I'm going to do. So expect that tomorrow. And then, of course, hopefully, probably in the next 2 weeks, episode 3 in something geeky in our collection where we will be going over Spicy City. And that'll be very cool. And who knows, maybe we'll have another special guest on there and stuff like that, too, to add to this awesome panel. We'll see what's going on. And that's pretty much the kind of stuff that's kind of going on with me. And like I said, again, thanks everybody for joining in with the picks. Thank you. Thanks to these awesome gentlemen here, specifically Guy there for giving me the idea for this. This is a great thing. It helps me watch these awesome films and this awesome genre, geeky genre. I'm going to, like I said, made a little bit of changes, not really, adding sci-fi, adding fantasy to this, adding anime, whatever you kind of think is science fiction wise and geeky and awesome like that. And yeah, it's just been a great, awesome time. These are the funnest streams I've done. So it's great fun being with these 2 awesome dudes in here. Again, like and subscribe to these dudes here in the chat. Also, I put the links of these awesome gents here and Reed's channels in the info bar. And if you could, like with me, like I say, I'm on here. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Letterboxd. I'm on Twitter. Where can they find you there, Caveman?
On Instagram and on YouTube, and still doing the joke of the day over on Instagram.
Hell yeah. Check out his stuff, dude. Great stuff. And just going to put this one up here real quick. Yes, the Guyver 4K is coming in May, Chris. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I have the Arrow release, the Arrow UK release. Yeah, with Mark Hamill. It's a great it's a great thing too. Where can they find you there, Jeff?
You can find me John Doe Juggalo here on YouTube, on Instagram. I put all my movies on Letterboxd, and I watch almost a movie every day. If I don't watch a movie every day, there's some days I watch 3 or 4. It just kind of depends.
Yep.
And then you just find me in just random people's chats.
That's right. Yeah. Picking up the good stuff. You may.
Yeah, I'm on Letterboxd too. It's just Caveman.
That's right. Yeah, I think I have you on my Letterboxd too, Caveman.
Because doesn't allow it to be the full thing. But
Yeah, exactly. I do have Calm the Hell Down, Chris, where I do some videos. That's basically what I add hauls to wise. I had a big order from Vinegar Syndrome because they want to be drug dealers like that. They want to sell me crack cocaine in those slips and all that other good shit. So
it's going to
sales
take them
every day. What's
forever to
wrong with
process
that?
my order.
Yeah,
It's going to take them forever to process my order.
you do just
Because I hear that the
add to
more you
order. Just
add,
add
the
to
more
order.
you order, if you're not a subscriber, the longer it takes.
See, I wasn't going to do it for the last day. Then I went on, and they had Madman 4K, like for like $20, dude, with the slip and all that stuff too, that custom thing. So I was all for that. So I added that to the cart, or added that to order and stuff like that. So now I'm good. A lot of pre-orders and all that other stuff. All right, there, gentlemen, and to chat. Thank you all again for joining. I appreciate that. Expect us back here in 2 weeks. If you can, slash the like, sleeping bag the subscribe. I'm Chrissy the Slasher Dude. That's Caveman. That's John Doe Juggalo. You all take care. We'll see you all on the next one. Take care.
later.